Well, welcome to the Distance Workshop Weekly. Let's see what we got. I can press some buttons game. Thank you. What is that? Garages. Yes. Garages and menus. Hey, we do have new ones, though two look the same. Yeah, Untouch was there before. I was like, did he make it Untouch after making it Touch the Grasp? And let's see memory bits. Alright. Garage view seems fine. We got some cool reflective cube stuff going on. It doesn't feel like anything terribly special for a garage, but honestly, that's fine. I feel like there's enough going on that I'm like, you know what? Cool. Yeah, seems good. Oh, for a second I thought it froze, but that was just the animators changing direction. Huh. Yeah, this is kind of cool, and I like the color choices with the reflections. Contrasting pink and green, kind of purples in there too. Neat. I'm like, the music is almost a little too ambient for me, my preferences, but this one does pick up a little bit, so it's like, you know what? This is like borderline music choice wise for me, but it's alright. The updated one just says Mars Canyon. Yeah, I got the new one, don't worry. Menu. That's a nice menu, I like it. Wait. Oh, I'm not on the first page for some reason. Why does it do that? SWR Abyss V2, and I only saw 2 of these in the workshop, so I don't think there's a version 1. I'm not sure what that is. This is supposed to be a recreation of some track. Okay, like a bridge area, roadway. Sky is pretty plain, but we have some neat background objects to see. Lighting seems fine. I don't see anything particularly wrong with this. I'm just curious if there's anything more interesting to see behind the car. Not particularly. Oh, actually, if we really want to polish things, I would actually extend that roadway behind the car. The fact that you can kind of see off into space under there is kind of like, ooh, that actually does not look good. Everything else about this seems fine, though. Looks like default camera settings in the same location. A little basic, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Though I'm going to say the same thing, we need to cover that gap in, like, that barrier right behind the car. Is it, like, maybe there's supposed to be open space behind that and stuff, but it doesn't look good from a menu perspective. Also, why is there no music at all? Huh. I, just kind of just registered. I was like, holy shit, it's just dead silence. Why? I don't like that. Oh, let me check something on Steam real quick. Hope it doesn't murder the camera, but it probably will. Wait. Oh, right. This is my Mars Canyon Realm search. I was like, this isn't all the new levels. Based on the infamous Abyss course from Star Wars Episode 1 Racer. Okay, cool. New version of his first custom track. Invisible kill grids have been put in version 3. Invisible kill grids have been put in place to prevent skipping the entire track. But does that mean that this is literally the same thing? Because it feels like it probably will be, and I'm like, on one hand, I kind of get it. You're like, yeah, it's a menu. Someone's only going to have one version installed, and I'm like, I don't know. Either make like a menu version if you don't want to worry about people cluttering up their menu selections, or just like only make one of the menu. I don't know. That's kind of a nitpick complaint, but it does bother me. But anyways, yeah, this is literally the same thing. Okay, cool. And let me change back to one that has actual music. What did I feel like Untouched the Grass didn't have things, and that's why I didn't like it. Also, okay, good cameras. I was like, oh shit, did I check the game? Wait. No, we didn't lose sound. I just heard the menu. I was like, wait. I was like, shit, did the game sound break? I'm sick guessing myself. Wait, menus to load. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Do we start with stunts? Sure. Because I've like, that's kind of the category I'm like, I kind of want to just get this out of the way. 3. Okay. Rhombus, Creeper's Rock, and Creeper's Rock. Okay. Coldcubes, vacuum by Rhombus. Let's see what kind of neat environments we have to work with. But I do like exploring environments in stunt mode. I just, you know, I'm big on stunt gameplay, man. There's a gigantic vacuum. It's supposed to be like a full vacuum-sized, the Suckinator 2000. Why can't I remember the word for those tiny, like, auto vacuum things? Coldcubes vacuum works. I'm guessing I can't actually get inside. Roombas, yes, that's what the word I was not coming up with. Thank you. Well, if there's a word I know, and I know somebody else is gonna tell you very shortly. Why can't I remember? It's a super Roomba. So this one is more of a amusing, silly, like, set piece art thing. I don't think you could probably. I think the fact that the giant Suckinator is moving could probably give you some interesting, fun opportunities, but I'm like, other than that, this doesn't feel like it would be particularly good for actual stunts. Also, I am curious if it will suck me up. Yes. I was like, the Rhombus will not disappoint me. I was curious if there was something in the tube.
Friendly fire.
It's like, it almost looks like there's like an end zone grid in there, but. I'm like, I want to get inside the pipe to see what's there.
Nitronic crushed.
I'm like, I don't feel like there actually will be anything, but there could be.
Nice try.
Okay, I actually got inside the pipe. It looks like there is actually pipe going through that you theoretically could get into, but it's very unlikely to survive. Like, would Rhombus actually put some kind of Easter egg weird thing in there? I don't know. He might. He might, but I don't think I'm getting in there, and I don't think I want to invest the time into it. That said, Rhombus, if you haven't, that would be kind of awesome if you did. I have no idea how much work that would be. It can't be that much, but I don't know, maybe to actually make it feel worthwhile. Or just put something really troll in there. I don't know. It's like freaking Hidden Sloth or something. I don't know. I don't know, but yes. Funny. This level sucks. Ha ha ha. God damn it. Alright, memory bytes. Stunt tag level. Makes sense. Okay, so we actually have a ground level. Oh, gravity actually changed? Ooh. Yeah, oh, there's gravity towards each side. That's kind of a neat gimmick. Then we have the moving pillars. I kind of like, I like the theme of this, but I'm like, I don't know how good this would be for actual stunt play. Because of how, like, symmetrical and kind of one note the structure is, aside from like there being some, I mean, I guess when you're hunting down like the actual score multipliers and stuff, yeah, maybe this is actually has a good bit of fun with the interesting structure. I think this is probably too big to be a good tag map though. That's what it feels like just on first impressions. I don't know if that's true. Okay, no, I thought for a second I thought gravity changed to go on the wall. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But I feel like this is probably too much space for a tag. That's just what I'm feeling on first impressions. Oh yeah, I haven't played tag in a while, so I'm like, I don't know. It's like it just seems like a lot of space. I like the visuals and kind of like the whole aesthetic of this. I do like that. Yeah, neat. Yeah, no wall hug fest win. Yeah, I'm like, I don't like. It's a cool idea. I think it needs a lot of refinement if it actually wants to be a usable tag level. I'm like, I don't know. I just like. Yeah, because even just vertically, there's so much space, like, getting from top pillar to bottom. It's like, if somebody gets away from people, it's like, how do you catch up to them? Like, you will eventually, but it's like, it feels like, yeah. Yeah, if you want a tag map to work, you need to build it in a way that forces people to not hang out at the edge. Yeah, or just give, like... not even force them not to hang out at the edge, but make some kind of way that you can like limit their movement if they're gonna hang out at the edge. So you could be far away from people, but you have only so many ways to get away once they start coming for you, and not make it take forever to get over to the edge. What is this again? Phantom. Phantom only had a reverse tag mode, so now I changed it to be a stunt mode. Okay. Did I play this map? So interesting that yeah, I don't feel like I've seen this before. Or did you just update this? I don't know. I feel like based on that description, I should have seen this before. I do like, I kind of like the nighttime ocean aesthetic. Ooh, do we have like underground hallway areas, like of different levels? All right, yeah, this has a lot more going for it. Okay, no, that's not curved enough for me to... Yeah, this has some, like, fun architecture to play with. I'm not sure how good it actually is stunt-wise, but I'm like, it's already like, ooh, there's some neat stuff here. I kind of want to explore this. I'm like, I can see possibilities in finding, like, your favorite sections and stuff. This immediately strikes me as, like, ooh, this is actually kind of cool. And I can see some fun stuff here. I almost wish these... Oh, no, wait, they are. Oh, the way the transparencies were, I thought this barrier was outside the kill grid. I was like, oh, I kind of wish I could land just on that. No, you can. Okay, good. I like that these roadway bits and stuff are actually drivable in bounds. How much space do we have vertically? This feels a little spacious for a tag map again. But I don't know, the different sections and stuff might actually be fine there. And I'm liking this from a stunt perspective, at least. I'm like, I'm not sure about tag, but this is kind of cool. I feel like this might run into some of the problems that other really symmetrical levels have to a less degree, where it's like, once you are familiar with the environment, you're like, why would I ever leave this quadrant? Because it's the same everywhere else. But I suppose the multipliers help with that. I actually quite like this. I think this is a cool stunt map. Because it's got a nice visual style. And it feels like there's some interesting features to kind of like explore. And like you go to different parts, you have completely different stuff to work with. Yeah, fool me, official tag levels. Oh, it is an official tag. Is it really? I guess I've never explored those, so I wouldn't know if it's actually tag only. Yeah, because you made it to a stunt mode. Okay, so honestly, even if you didn't make anything on this and just change the mode so that's available in Stunt, I'd still say good call, because I think that's a missed opportunity for the official maps to not make this a Stunt one like this. I mean, I don't know what their standards and how they gauge that, but I'm like, this seems like a good Stunt level, relatively. I mean, maybe it's been too long since I've seen a really excellent Stunt level, but it's like, this strikes me as being good for Stunt, so. Like, it's not particularly big, but yeah, it's cool. That was all of them, yeah. Let's hold on. But I can't. Yeah, so I wouldn't have ever seen that unless I went into multiplayer and hosted a thing, right? So what if I, no, I have to, nah, I'm not gonna do that right now. So yeah, I'm probably not familiar because I'm just I've never gone into host a stunt track or tag track and seen the options. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Bytes is kind of right. If you've never gone into Surfer and tried to set that up, official tag levels kind of don't exist. Alrighty. Memory wiped, also by creepers. Fuck. Been busy lately, huh? Is that solid? It is. I kinda don't like. Oh, this is at least built aesthetically in the same style as Dang, why am I blanking? Oh, there's even. Oh no, the road does go that way. Memory Bytes. Oh, it takes place inside Memory Bytes. Makes sense. So I was like, yeah, this looks like that level, but with actual track and stuff put inside of it. I don't. Anyways, I don't like how this this hazard blinks completely out of existence. I kind of get it thematically, but it makes it look like a non-solid decoration to me. That's how I interpret that visually. I'm like, oh yeah, that's just some hologram thing. Oh gosh darn it, that's right. It doesn't feel like it should be a physical object when it spends almost more time completely invisible than actually blinking in existence. I do like the particle stream on the roadway, though. That's what I guess the idea is. We teleported through that data cable stream thing. Almost wish we had an animation to run the camera through that really quickly, but I understand that's easier said than done, and also it doesn't really work with the basic portal mechanics. Do you think it loses something using the basic portal reinstall? I don't know. On one hand, I like this visual style of being a cool glowing line and you come out the other side. I think my issue with it is you don't see the back end of it when you're coming out, so it feels like you just teleport to another. It's a little bit disconnected from the actual thematic element of it. So I'm like, what's a better way to actually really bring that whole element together? I'm not sure. It needs something, but the idea is really cool and it's almost there. I'm just oh, it's missing something. I can think of relatively complicated ways to do it, and maybe that really is how you want to do it, but yeah, I really like thematic and visual elements, even if it's feels like it's not quite, I don't know. I just really like the visual aesthetics of this. Makes it feel kind of fun and different, though the actual transfers and count just kind of basic, and it's honestly the like everything kind of like having a really short draw distance. It's, I don't know, for some reason I am finding it neat for this level. Normally that's something that could very easily be a problem. I don't think it's actually going to cause any real issues. Nice, short to the point, so neat. Okay, actual complaint, level doesn't support medals. You should put medals in that level. That's the one thing I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's actually straight up something this level should have medals. Because why not? Even if you're gonna make them easy, like, just add medals. Go, like, come on. Especially level that short. Like, yeah, you can make some basic with that. That level is too cool and interesting to not have medals. Like, there are some levels where I'm like, well, I mean, I kind of think every level should have medals, but it's like, there's some levels where I'm like, okay, no big loss. And that one was like, no, give me a reason to go back there, please. See, Time Crunch by Ghostly Cryptid. That's, what am I looking at? A lot of blue glowy. Okay, we're inside. This is, oh. So, like, we're inside a glass tunnel, but for some reason the outside, like, glows from, like, the reflection. I don't like the way that looks visually. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt and assume the creator played on different graphic settings than I have, and that wasn't doing that, or they just couldn't think of a better way. Did I turn anything weird on or off? I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't have anything particularly funky in my settings, I don't think. Oh, read the description for this one? Okay, let me see. Time crunch. Made in 30 minutes. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. But I'm still gonna complain about that because we have the cool, like, hold on. Did I break my camera? No, I did. We kind of have, like, the fun time visual elements with the stopwatch and stuff, and it's honestly, it's hard to see and appreciate them through the weird blue glow. Blue glowy stuff. I was not prepared for the actual watch hand to be a hazard. Like, yeah, okay, yeah. Props for making this in 30 minutes. That's pretty good. But it's like, I don't know. I don't like the way this tunnel plays with everything visually. Okay, so the hands are just always hazards. I just didn't pass one at the right timing. It's more relevant if you actually are going, just going all from the start, which makes sense as a challenge level you're supposed to. Play this once more because it's very short. Yeah. I just don't like how everything's so sheer blue, it's hard to really appreciate the rest of the time theming. That's really my big complaint. It's like, it really hurts the level a lot visually. And granted, it's supposed to just be a simple basic level. Oh, gosh darn it, No, I'm not gonna waste more time. Because I was holding down shift and I wasn't paying enough attention from the beginning, it didn't trigger a boost. I was like, something feels wrong. Oh, I'm not boosting. I kind of want to give this a thumbs up because I like the novelty and some of the stuff in here, but I'm like, it's not there, and the level layout is too basic. I can't really be like, I actually recommend that. I'm like, nah. I kind of want to, but I'm like, I can't. I don't think it's outright bad, but I'm like, Anyways, on to the sprints, and we actually have quite a few levels this week. Surprising amount. How is this in sprint? I guess I'll find out. Time crunch, I'm expecting this is the exact same thing. I'm a little confused while the sprint, like, normally I am someone who will often advocate to get a sprint version of certain challenge tracks. I really feel like this one does not. Like, the hazards are not nearly enough of a threat, and it's so short. I'm like, I can't imagine circumstances where I feel like, dang, I need checkpoints to actually try this level and learn it better, or play it and enjoy myself. I'm like, it really is a one-go kind of thing. So yeah, I don't think that one needs to have a sprint version, honestly. It's fine as just a challenge. I'm like, I feel like I want to be like, my first reaction is, it's bad that it's a sprint, but I'm like, is it really? I don't know. I don't think it should be there, but I'm like, is it a bad thing that it is also there? I'm like, no, not really. Coldcubes of vacuum work. Oh wait, is the end zone actually in the vacuum tube? Because I saw something that looked like an end zone section. Let me just take a look first. Does the building actually open up this time? I don't know. I don't think you could do a trigger that only works in one game mode other than things that are like campaign only. I was like, maybe I did see an end zone in there, but it doesn't activate because, you know, there aren't end zones in Stunt. Okay, it is. Got it. I was not misseeing that. It's just, it doesn't work in Stunt. This is not a real level, but it's amusing and I like it. So I cannot say bad. I'm gonna upvote it just for the meme value. I'm like, you know what? Funny dumb level that's not a real level. I approve. And because I already knew the secret and didn't spend way too long trying to figure it out. That also helps my impressions of it. Rhombus, you've been making a bunch of short little level projects, huh? Or you just had a backlog? I'm not sure. We're gonna find out. What is the description? 40-minute map. No, the other one was by Ghostly Cryptids. Okay, so you were doing time-restricted maps. Environment, atmosphere, I'm kind of digging so far. I'm like, alright. Kind of like this. I don't like the music choice. I don't think it's like that bad. I'm just like, it's too ambient. It kind of gives like that cool, like an interesting, like desolate feel, but I'm like, too much. I want music. That's probably more of a me thing, but still. At the same time, I'm like, no. Too quiet and ambient. Alright, this is actually considerably longer. Like, I can see the environments are actually just like built out of relatively few large-scale objects, so it's like, yeah, it's not super complex, but it's like there's more detail and more to this level than I would have expected for a 40-minute map, so well done in that regard. I'm gonna play this once more. Levels actually exist, or medals actually exist. I was like, wait, what did I just play? Say? I'll respond to that after I play this, because I need to pay more attention to the actual track layout. So this is a fairly laid back, like not super intense level, but it's like, I don't know, the way the roads wind, I do kind of like. It's like we are getting some active, you're engaging with hazards and road sections to stay on it, so I'm like, I don't feel like this is a board I'm literally doing nothing but going forwards and steering slightly track. Though it has sections kind of like that, I'm like, the way the track swerves makes me not feel like that. It doesn't go long enough, so I'm like, you know what? I think the pacing on this is actually feeling pretty good to me. Bit of a flight section to break things up. So yeah, the gameplay is not like, it's relatively basic in everything it has you do, but I feel like it has like a nice pacing and flow to it. So yeah, I like this one. A relatively short, simple level, and I like the aesthetics. Nice. coldcubes vacuumwork should have been on challenge instead of sprint because it doesn't have checkpoints in the map. Metals are auto-generated. So far, they've all been possible, but pretty easy most of the time. Yeah, I know there's an option to auto-generate metals. But I think you can manually put them in or something. I'm actually not that sure. Either way, I'm just like, when the map doesn't have metals, I'm always like, oh, why though? Just put metals. And cold cubes should have been... honestly, I think cold cubes... You can, but that means play testing. Fair enough. Oh, for your levels. I haven't, wait. Which one was I just complaining about not having metals on? Shit. Whoa. Why are my levels out of order? God damn it, game. Hold up. Oops. No, that's not what I... Wait, was it a challenge? Time crunch. Memory wipe. No, yeah, memory wipe was the one that I'm like... Medals. Come on. It deserves medals. Yeah, I'm honestly, I'm fine. I'm fine with auto-generated, like... easy medals as long as they're not like stupidly easy. Like I died 5 times and forgot to press boost for half the map and still got a gold. Then I'm like, okay, come on. But like most of the auto-generated medals I feel like are fun. Anyways, cold cubes, I almost think it's funnier to be it because it is a dumb just joke of a level. It's almost funnier to have it be a sprint and not a challenge. That is my opinion on that. I'm like, if you're gonna make a meme-tastic dumb joke level, go all the way. I'm totally fine with that being a sprint under those pretenses. I'm pretty sure I got it, but I will check on the Mars Canyon realm. I will manually look it up and stuff, but yeah. Oh, well, you know what? Actually, let's see. Positive votes, author rating, level name, recently downloaded. Okay. Uh-oh. Aww. Let me check Steam, because you're right, it is not showing up here. Did I somehow not subscribe to it, or is it... Mode? It has a mode. Why is it... Yeah, why is it not here? Something's going on with that, you're right. Like, I subscribe... Yeah. What the heck? Come on, Distance. What are you doing? I literally... I mean, okay, the remastered one I got after I booted up Distance, so that I can understand. But the first one, I subscribed and downloaded at the same time I got everything else. So I'm like, what? Whatever. Yeah. That was weird. I agree. And you know what, since we're on the topic, let's do it. And I'll do the old one first, which for some reason doesn't have a thumbnail, which I find odd, but you know, if it's kind of old and outdated and you're not expecting people to play it anymore, you know, maybe it would probably be worth fixing that, but if you decide it's not worth the time, I can't really blame you, but it would just be nice to have a thumbnail. What is this? Remastered version of my Mars Canyon. This one is starting different. Then again, it is an older map, so this might have been before everyone was using the remade Exolodrome very consistently. So we got a booster start, which is kind of fun, but then this straight away is feeling way too long after that. It's like, speed, go fast, vroom, and then just go straight for longer than I want to be. That's how I'm feeling so far. Environment's cool, and I like what we have cool blue, like yeah, I forget what the name of the thing is called, but it's like a model of that in blue instead of gold. So look, that's a cool set piece, but I can't see it well enough for me to actually feel like driving around it for this long is actually worth it. Old one does have screenshots in the Steam Workshop. Then I don't know. I don't think it might have screenshots, but I didn't have a thumbnail when I looked it up, and it doesn't have a thumbnail now. Maybe Steam is just being weird and failed to load for me. Entirely possible. If that's the case, then don't worry about it. But you might want to double check on it just to be sure that it has thumbnail. Because hopefully that wouldn't be too much of a pain in the ass to fix, and it would be a good thing for it to have. Unless you're actually just abandoning the level. But you know, the old level, I can't be like, I can't be too upset. So, there's a point where you're just like, yeah, no, so I'm not putting any more effort into that. This feels okay, but it feels very old realm. A lot of long driving segments with very little interactivity. It's definitely not the worst in that regard. Like, I feel like there's a decent amount of this that's keeping me engaged, but there's like almost just as much that's like, now we're doing this for a while. When's the next interesting thing happening? But yeah, like we get some sharp turns like that, we got some boosters, some cool loops and stuff, so it's like, it's definitely not that bad. A lot of room for improvement, so we'll see how much the new version does improve on it. The environment's decent. There's nothing that's really capturing me for a while, other than the cool set piece at the start. I mean, it's red sandy rock. It's suitable for the title and theme of being on Mars. I can't say it's not appropriate. It's just also not the most visually exciting after a while. Also, I note that we have maneuver thrusters and infinite boost, so I'm pretty sure there are a few points where I could throw myself off the track and just fly away, but again, old track, I suspect you're not really going to go back and make any major changes at this point, which I think is honestly entirely fair. Okay, this is a lot more interesting. Hold up. Let me go back here. Is there an option to not get back on the road? There is. Okay, so now we have a different route. And things are getting more interesting visually and navigationally. Don't mind me. I'm curious where this leads. I'm assuming this is the sort of road, because it looks like the road is winding back and forth a heck of a lot up there. Oh no, those are detailed. Okay. I thought the road was literally S-bending and freaking hairpin turns for a minute. No, that's not the case. These are like support beams. Oh, we got here. Big jump! Yeah, big jump. Ah. Landing here. That almost makes me curious if there's another route, or if that's just kind of like old roadway comes this way. Yeah, so it looks like there's a road that's probably not meant to be part of the main course, per se. Oh. Right, I don't actually have the ability to jump. We going fast now. The tornado is both further away than I thought and moving towards me faster than I thought, but I got around. Thumbnail is bugged because you don't have the original anymore. Yeah. Oh well. That's unfortunate. If it was something that could be fixed, I'd be like, yeah, it would definitely be a good idea to fix it, but I'm not too concerned about it either. I'm like, yeah, this is an older map. It's not striking me as something so fantastic that I'm like, no, you must find a way to fix it. I'm like, yeah, sure. not to be too dismissive, because it definitely looks like a lot of relatively good work came into this. The beginning is definitely drags on and is a little boring, but we're getting a lot more variety and interest going on here. For sure. Once we got out of that. Though we might be going back into it. Environment-wise. At least we're in like a cave. No, it's just hide it for a little bit. And yeah. It's starting to drag again. I get it though. It's a lot of classic realm stuff. I would if I was comparing this to a lot of like the classic realms that are like doing the most stereotypical realm things, I would rate this as one of the better ones. Still not my favorite thing, but it's doing some pretty good stuff. Uh-oh, what the? Oh god. I was not prepared for that. Okay. It just feels like things are too spaced out, pacing-wise. Like we have too much, like, just drive for a while. And I guess this is mandatory to progress? Yes, okay. Not entirely sure how I feel about that, but I'm like, it's alright. Like, I don't really have an immediate problem with it. I'm like, could there be better ways? Maybe, but is it really that bad? No. It's fine. Last section in the old map is supposed to be like a maze. Did I get sent back? No. Oh. Thematically, that's cool. I'm like, I don't know how you really convey that to the player ahead of time after a lot of its basic driving. I think this is an in-between track for me. There are a lot of, like, downtime Dead Space stuff that I don't like, but there is some fairly good variety and cool, interesting things in there. Enough that I'm like, no, I don't feel like I can rate this down, but I was like, yeah, it's just a midweek. Also doesn't have metals. Boo. But again, this old level, you made a cool new one, so we'll see how much better it is. It's definitely one of the more interesting old ones. Yeah, that's what I was saying. If I'm comparing it to like the classic, like really classic style realms, it's definitely one of the better ones. Like, I would say that does a good job of mixing very classic realm style and design with more interesting elements. It's just, I don't go for the classic realm type stuff. Finds new map, sweet. I'll get that downloaded then. Already starting off a lot stronger, and we have much more exciting music. It's making me think this is going to be more fast-paced. So let's see. So we have some cool scaffolding stuff. Already more engaging gameplay. Ooh, and alternate paths. Like dusty, windy air is kind of neat. I feel like the dust is feeling a little like repetitive because I know there's only so much you can do, but it's like feels like too much floating mini clouds rather than dust. But I'm like, I don't really know how you do that any better myself either. Oh, I was not mentally prepared for those spikes to be there. Okay, good. This was not so fast I could hold up. I need to see. Are the boosters corrected? They are not. Come on, guys. Like, that booster's going that way, this one's going this way. Like, line them up so they're both pushing forwards. Like, I know people keep reusing these booster sets, but, like, make the wheels so they go this, so they're both pushing forwards. It's really not the biggest detail, but it would look so much nicer. You do. Make new boosters, please. Yes. Is that the same place I died last time? I think it is. Gosh darn it. I'm skipping the loop this time. I've been through it already. Oh, is okay. This almost looks like swampy, dangerous ground, but I think it's just stretched texture. I'm not totally sold on the music choice now. I think it's kind of like a little... feels like it's dragging on too long. It might be because I was screwing around so much and dying there, so we'll see how long before it changes or progresses, because I don't remember if we started on this exact music bit in the beginning. But yeah, especially if you're going to use a bunch of boosters, as soon as somebody notices that, it's going to be like, oh, well, that's weird. And I'm like, I understand why you did that happened, but come on, fix it, please. Fix, please. I think the vibe of this song choice is not bad for kind of like a bit of ambient, like spacey feel, like we're on a planet, like it's planet in space stuff. But, you know, I feel like the bass tune behind it is too repetitive, and it's getting to me after this bit. I'm like, yeah, no. Whoa, that boosted me way faster than I was ready for. Oh, the tornado's actually trying to eat me. I was not prepared for that after they didn't really pick me up anywhere else. Yeah, probably because I didn't get close enough. Alright, noted. Stay on the road. Do not let tornado eat the car. Oh! Okay. You know, that's not too bad to get rid of. I kind of like that. It's tricky to balance something like that without being a pain in the ass, but that actually felt fine if you're kind of ready for it. Hey, DK, you made it. How's it going? Bottom of the force, the twisters and the film spin, and there's only one Easter egg that you can find at the level. Oh, that's cool to know. I feel like this could just be Mars Realm. I mean, it is. Mars instead of Mars Canyon. That's true. I don't think there's anything wrong with it being like the extra canyon adjective. It makes it sound a little bit more interesting. I'm like, yeah. I guess the canyon realm, Mars Canyon, is a little more apt for the previous version, but I want to go to the main menu to restart the music, and I do want to play this anymore. This song is one of those ones with like 10 separate parts to it. You can use audio triggers to jump to different bits. Why the canyon part of the track and not just make it Mars Realm? I mean, probably because it was based off one that was much more canyon-y. I think it's fine. I think you could name it either way, too. Like, if you want to make it more of its own, you could just name it Mars Realm, but I don't think there's anything wrong with putting canyon in the name. I feel like that sounds a little more interesting title-wise. Pads are supposed to be the boost pads from the original level, but they are updated. Cool. You missed some weird stunt tracks and a couple levels, but we have quite a few more to go, and I do want to take another run through this. Yeah, I like the new cooldown ring, or no, checkpoint rings made of like stone. Kinda neat. So yeah, we do kind of start out in the open. Yeah, I think you need to do something more with the music. I think it's like the ambience and atmosphere and like the kind of tone of the song is good at first, but it's too repetitive to play this bit the whole way through. That's my feeling on the music. I'm like, and I do like that we actually have different road options. Like, it looks like there's quite a few points where I can jump onto different bits of track, which is cool. But yeah, name-wise, I'm like, uh-oh, I was not ready for that. I'm like, yeah, we are in a canyon, but it's so dusty. I think the actual dust and air clutter makes that less apparent because the canyon's relatively wide. So I do kind of get, like, the whole, why is it called Mars Canyon if we're not really in a canyon? It's like, we are, but that's definitely not one of the aspects that's super front and center, for sure. Again, like I said, I don't really have a complaint about that being the name. I could see why some people would be like, why is it called that? And I'm like, I don't know, it's fine. Big loop, more mini spikes. Yeah, this is actually a pretty cool level, and I feel like there's a good bit to explore on it. Like, just pathing through the different track patterns. Like, oh, like, I feel still like the regular dust smoke stuff. I'm like, I don't really like the way it looks, but I'm like, I don't really know of a better way to do it either. Like, I know what you're going for, and it mostly works. But I'm like, there's got to be something else. But I'm like, I don't blame you for settling that on that either. Decrease brightness and just reduce that. I don't even know if you just reduce the amount of particles, because I like that they're obscuring stuff in the distance. I think if you reduce them, they almost seem even more like individual little clouds, which is kind of like what I feel looks weird about them, is because instead of like an ambient dust fog, it's like a bunch of tiny clouds, which is literally is what it is made of the particles. But it's like, there's got to be a way to have, yeah, some kind of fog shenanigans. Like again, I'm not saying this is easy at all, but I'm like, there must be another way you can really get the effect you're going for. It's like, I see what you're going for, and I like it. This isn't bad, but it also doesn't quite seem right either. I feel like I'm hesitating, and I think that's more largely because the music track is actually bothering me a lot, and some other small nitpicks. It's mostly the music track. I'm like, oh, this would feel so much better if the music wasn't so goddamn repetitive. But there's a lot I like about design and stuff that I'm like, yeah, I can't knock it that much for the music choice, even though I am getting annoyed at it. I'm like, that's easy enough fixable, and I hope you will, because I think the level deserves to not be held back by that. I think the level's definitely long enough that the repetitive music really is very noticeable. On a shorter level, you could probably get away with that. I don't think on a level like that. I think it's worth figuring out some of the music shenanigans with that track to improve it. But yeah, definitely much prefer that variant to the classic one. So nice job in that regard, at least.